Mark 13:29. Same chapter, just a little, says it just a little differently. Even so ye also. When you see these things coming to pass, know ye that he is nigh. Yeshua's second coming is nigh. Even at the door. So we're knocking on the door. He's just on the other side of the door. So when you see these things, so these are things, prophetic events, that we're going to know and understand ahead of time so that when we see them begin, we're going to know. You see, this is the problem that people throw at me and probably you all the time. Nobody knows the day or the hour. We've just got to be ready. Well, I didn't put that text in here, but maybe we should just reflect on that text for a half a minute. When he said that, they wanted to know when his kingdom would be set up. And he says, you know what? Nobody knows the day and the hour. Not the Son, not the angels, and no man. Only the Father knows. He did not say, we need to understand what he did not say. He did not say that the Son will never know the day and the hour. The angels will never know the day and the hour because they're going to know ahead of time when they're coming. That's pretty obvious. So if the Son and the angels are going to know ahead of time, then how is it that man couldn't be put into that category as well? Because that's what he said. No man knows the day and the hour. The Son doesn't know. He was talking about back then when he was asked the question. He said, I don't even know the day and the hour. One day he will know the day and the hour. One day the angels will know the day and the hour. And if we're reading these prophecies and we're getting the understanding of these prophecies, there will be at a point that we will know the day and the hour of his coming. And I know that flies in the face of a lot of theologians, but they're not reading what he said. That's the problem. You know, it's really amazing. Revelation, and I'm not talking about the book of Revelation now. I'm talking about the overall concept of Revelation from Genesis to the book of Revelation to John's book. Revelation was an ongoing process that God gave to his people. Each generation was given more revelation. Those that were faithful to his word were given better understanding of his word. Those that live in the time of the end are going to receive a full dose of revelation. They will get a flood of revelation, and they will get an understanding of these prophecies such as no other generation has ever been given. Because the prophecies of the book of Daniel and Revelation have not been for any other generation. Now, that doesn't mean that other generations haven't tried to grapple with those books. They have, absolutely. But the full understanding of the books, the content of Daniel and Revelation, is primarily for those upon whom the events will be lived. That's what the word seems to indicate. So when you see these things coming to pass, you know that it's nigh, even at the doors. And I say again, this piggybacks on what Matthew and Luke said about these prophecies. Unless we're studying these prophecies and grappling with the understanding, so we're reading, studying, understanding, then we will begin to guard them. We will possess them as our own. And I would propose also that we will run our lives according to what the prophecies are indicating. So everything that we do will be based on our understanding of the prophecies. Now, I don't know if you've talked to people from other faiths, but their witness is according to their understanding of what they understand. And so that's why people say, well, nobody knows the day and the hour. It's not important to study these prophecies. You'll never figure it out anyways. The fathers have gone before us, and they thought Yeshua was coming back in the 1800s or whatever. And so, I don't even bother with those prophecies anymore. Well, what if it wasn't for them to understand? What if God has hid things from those who have gone before because these prophecies were not for them? You see, when the book of Revelation was given, John didn't understand that there was a country called the United States or Great Britain or Russia or China. They may not have understood these things, and so he hid the understanding of these prophecies in symbols and beasts and what have you. So when we get to the end of time, we can look at these prophecies and say, hey, this kind of fits for what we're seeing. And that's how we would know the time that we're living in, because the prophecies, the details in the prophecies actually fit the events that are transpiring in the world. And that's how we know that the end is near.